ball's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Douglas in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. May. Taking off. He'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage, but not by much. Might have only gained a yard. Now it is 3rd down.
3rd down and 9.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He'll find his tight end. That's Henry. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Patriots first down.
I think it's so critical to start the game fast. I mean, you hear every coach and player harp on it in their press interviews and in their conferences. It's something that everybody stresses, but it's easier said than done. So I think for them to come out and face an early 3rd down and be able to pick up a first and extend this possession, I think it goes a long way towards everybody on that sideline and in that huddle just taking a deep breath.
And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. Gonna save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
That's another Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Once more, it's Henderson. A good physical run, motoring forward for 9.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 1.
Now they'll pitch it out here. Oh, he won't get there. Looking for a cutback lane. It never opened up. And now it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
On 4th down, Bryce Baringer out to punt for New England.
For the Patriots.
And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They're led by the former first-round pick out of Duke, quarterback Daniel Jones.
Starting all the way back in the spring, Mike, there has been months of preparation building up for this very game. And for a lot of the guys on the sideline that have been around for a long time, these preseason games might not feel all that important. But I promise you, for that young guy who's putting an NFL helmet on for the very first time running out of that tunnel, these games go a long way, not only to making this current roster, but trying to make a career out of playing in the NFL.
Now he takes off, and he looks like he's going to pick up the first down. Indeed, he will as he gets it by about a yard.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
Now Jones on the bootleg. And that one taken in with one hand. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
On the ground, it's Taylor. And he's going to have that first down. Tackle made up at the 30.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Jones. He's got a man. That's Josh Downs. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line.
First down, Snowhawks.
Play action now. It's Jones. The right side, that is hauled in by Warren. And the defense not going to let him wiggle out of that one. They force him out behind the line of scrimmage.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Shotgun now for Jones. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
It's third down.
Again, they'll throw with Jones. He'll try to run for it. Defense there to contain the scramble. They stop him well short of the first down marker. So that'll bring up fourth down. That'll bring on Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. That's Marcus Jones back to return for the Patriots. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Patriots offense ready now for their second drive. And, Greg, week one here in the preseason. Look, we know a lot of the guys who are going to make the roster, but there's still a lot to happen in training camp that players can find their way to a spot on the opening Sunday.
You know, we hear these stories all the time, Mike, where there's a little buzz about a guy in training camp and coming out of the local beat reporters and maybe the coaches talking about him a little bit. But then there's the surrounding question is he going to make the roster? And it's really what they do in these preseason games away from practice that ends up being the deciding factor. And how often do we see not only do they make the roster, but in some cases they go on to really have critical roles down the line as the season unfolds. So I know to a lot of fans and some of the veterans, these games don't feel like a whole lot, but to some guys on that sideline, their entire career is in front of them.
Patriots ready for the punt, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50, set up the offense with a short field. The Snowhawks offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll start with a short field, looking for the first points of this contest. And they'll begin 1st and 10. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
36-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll go again here with Taylor. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss. Throwing is Jones on 3rd down. There's a throw right side. Going to be incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Patriots offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Henderson to start this drive. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a 1st down.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
They'll give this to Stevenson, running right. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. On the option, they give it to Stevenson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Good start to this drive so far. Another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. It's May. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
From out of the gun, here's May. He keeps it himself. And we'll get a whistle. Stoppage. An injured Patriot. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for this. It's Stevenson. And he will have a Patriots 1st down. Able to convert, albeit not by much. But they get it on 3rd and a yard.
Another Patriots first down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
And they'll run it here with Stevenson. A short gain, down to the 7.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. It's a gain.
Now here's 2nd and goal.
Second and goal.
Again, it'll be Stevenson. Stevenson into the end zone. Ramondre Stevenson, Patriots touchdown. 2 choices down there. Either work it up inside or use that speed to the edge. And Greggy's able to sneak it in for the touchdown.
Down here this close, Mike, there's a lot of bodies in there tight. So oftentimes, if you can get the back on the edge, they can rely on that speed, and that's exactly what we saw here. He wins the race to the pylon, and he's rewarded with 6 points.
Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Patriots will take a 7-0 lead.
Patriots 7. Snowhawks nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Anthony Gould now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Snowhawks offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. Nice job pushing through the would-be tackler. Gain of about 3. 2nd down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. From the 29, here's 2nd down and 7. They go right back to Taylor. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Looked to me like the quarterback had the option to pull that and make it a throw, but he decides to give it. Probably wishes looking back that he would have pulled it because there was nowhere for that running back to go.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Here's Rigoberto Sanchez now. And John to punch for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. On the return is Jones. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to take over possession of the football. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a 1st down.
Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll go again here with Stevenson. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
And they're not going to snap it. We have come to the end of the 1st quarter of play. Time for the 2nd quarter. Patriots with the football. They have it 2nd and 4 coming up. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he's going to pick it up. Take it down inside the 35 for the 1st down.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it. And he's able to pick up the 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down with Stevenson. And he'll look for somewhere to go, but the lanes are all closed up. He's going to wind up losing a yard.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 32-yard line.
To throw, here's DeVito. He'll step up and run, and he will slide at the end, give him about 5. And now it's 3rd down.
Gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 6.
Man in motion here is Hollins. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Really nice job here, not only avoiding the rush on 3rd down, but quickly finding that crease, get downfield, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Up the middle they go. Not much happening there, just a short gain. It is 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing is DeVito. Open man, that's Eston Chisholm. And he'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for 1st down, 1st and goal.
Patriots, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment, defense.
So now, from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. Stevenson, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield. Taken down back at the 3.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
And he's in. Ramondre Stevenson. Touchdown, New England. He had the touchdown run earlier. Now add a TD reception.
It's a really well-designed play down in the red zone. We see teams run this time and time again, fast to the flat. What they're doing is they're putting a lot of conflict of responsibility. Those edge defenders in the run game, a lot of times are also responsible for the flat area in the passing game. So things happen fast, threaten those responsibilities, and let the running back do the rest.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Snowhawks offense ready for this next possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. A run with the former K-State product, DJ Giddens. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a 1st down. They'll go again with Giddens. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. From the 41. Here's 2nd down and 7. Play action. Here is Leonard. He'll get this out wide. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
To the air on 3rd down. Here's Leonard. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's fighting for those extra yards. Looks like he's just got enough to pick up the 1st down.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Brooklyn.
They'll run with Giddens and pick up 3 or maybe 4. It was their rookie corner coming up to make the play.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now the man from Kentucky, Seth McGowan. They had that play dialed up defensively. Stopped them in the backfield. Loss of a yard. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the gun, here's Leonard. He'll try to run for it.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up first down.
They'll try to set up the screen here. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Now, another 1st and 10.
And a Brooklyn first down.
Here's a little pop pass heading to the right. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down. Carry now for Giddens. And he'll take this one in. DJ Giddens. Touchdown, Brooklyn.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Ramondre Stevenson and the Patriots getting set for their next drive. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. Rookie out of Oregon. They're on the tackle. On 2nd down, here's a run with Stevenson. And he's able to find a crease. Get ahead for 7. It'll bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd.
Now they'll pitch it out here. Uh-oh. And he's going to have a Patriots first down as he gets this up to the 40-yard line.
And the Patriots first down. 1st and 10.
Man in motion here is Hollins. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
And time runs out there. He just airmails it towards the bench. Incomplete. You can sense a little frustration there. It brings up 3rd down. Here's DeVito. He finds Hollins on the ground. He's going to be out of bounds. He is well shy of where he needed to get to. It'll bring up 4th down. Behringer's punt is away. A fair catch taken here. And it's going to come right at the 15-yard line.
First down and 10.
The Snowhawks offense. And their running back set to go once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. On the ground, it's Giddens. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch, found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line. Throwing on 2nd down, Leonard. Now he'll run it. And he'll wind up with a short pickup as he slides to a stop. And that's going to bring up 3rd down. From the gun, here's a throw by Leonard. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. their...